My name's Choo Choos. I've spent over 10 years competing in League of Legends professionally around the world. Now, as a full-time corporate rat, I want to figure out how to climb games as efficiently as possible. Follow my journey as I reach for the top 1% across multiple titles.
Okay, welcome back to a new video. I think we're currently at 8,032. I've actually dropped a fair bit. I actually don't know what I could have gone this game. But this is going to be my first commentary over the game because I wasn't recording my voice. So this will be a bit of me coaching myself. So the portal this one was we get an extra time warp. We don't know when it's going to happen. So it generally seems pretty balanced. I think I've had this one twice and I don't feel like it really impacts the game that much. Between Side Denathrius and the guy Ashfall, and when I buy 3 minions, I get one. I think Side Denathrius is almost always better. But I've dropped about 200 LP, 200 rating. I was about 8,350. Dropped down. Really struggled for a bit. And this was one of the games that kind of got me back on my feet. So I have two options here. Start combat, get the copy, summon a copy of your highest minion, or get gold. I always like the gold one. It seems to work with anything you want to play. Even ballers. If I decide to stay at 2. But what I've noticed is the more I climb, whenever Murlocs are in the lobby, everyone ends up just playing the same build. It's just all Baskill, scam, like just trying to find as many scam units as you can with 2-3 things with big stats. So that's what I think really hurt me, was I didn't know the late game of lobbies when Murloc was in it.
The battle is really raging out there. You're gonna love my fitness.
Okay. Tier 2 shop.
Nice workout.
Have some good options here. 2-cost spell. I really want the elemental, so... And I also get the best 1-drop, so... Mechs are in the lobby, so it feels like mechs are probably one of the best things against scam, just because they tend to have Reborn, Divine Shield, and have big stats. But Murlocs almost always are going to, if they're in the lobby, are almost always going to be being played by the players who are top 2.
Nice work out there.
Okay, so I decide to not level here. Do I want the pair? I feel like leveling and buying taunts is not bad here. But I do like the pair, just because it is money as well. Probably one of the best pairs you can get. Okay, so I see this guy levels to tier 3.
It's good to get some minions in.
I also want to keep in mind, I do want to win rounds. Because I want to get my quest done as soon as possible. Need to kill 20 units. If I'm too weak, if I level and buy the taunt, maybe I'm too weak. I won't actually kill anything. So I buy the pair and double sell, so I have no econ anymore.
Have a good battle, friend.
This guy does have a summon. Okay. Not bad. There's no one dead in this lobby, I believe, so I'm not going to finish my hero power. This was the first interesting shop, because I've been on a tear with these end of turn spell builds. And I've never been in this position where I find a pair of these and then I realize goldening this is probably not even worth it. But it is a 4/4 unit. And I don't like the idea of just leveling because I'm trying to win rounds. I'm trying to play into my quest. So I see this guy levels to 4. And I believe I buy the pair. I believe I buy the pair. I think I'm looking at what 4 costs are there if I go for 4. If I go for tier 4. You can see I'm taking my time. I've just had so much success when it comes to 7 tier spells that I decide to buy the pair. The 4/4 pair is always good. Good stats. And then also they are econ units. I can always sell them. And then the issue here is though, is I need to find spells to get the value out of them.
Keep up the momentum, friend.
This guy, despite leveling to tier 4, is actually quite strong. Now I'm hoping I can just ideally kill 3 of his 4 units, which I do. The dragon, this guy's actually very strong. Probably Snake Eyes, I guess. Snake Eyes just, it's a bit deceitful on how strong she is. Here I get really lucky. I do find the ring. And I have the ability to buff my spells. I'm thinking about, do I take Divine Shield? But then it doesn't make sense. I was thinking, what if I take Wishes? I almost bought it. I decided not to. I buy the Elemental with Reborn. Probably this is probably the best decision for me. And then I decide I want to get value out of the ring now, so I'm going to double sell my Murlocs. And then I end up on perfect gold with a Scout in the lobby as well. I find another Divine Shielded unit. So this is a pretty huge first time warp for me. And then I find a Grease Spot with my my Talon tier spell. So now I'm giving, what is that? I have 6 minions on the board, and they all got +3/+3, so 3 times 6, 18. I essentially gave my board 18/18 this turn.
Have a good battle, friend.
See that this guy is heavily leaning into mechs. Mechs is a good option this game, just because of what I said. Murlocs are in the lobby, mechs is a pretty good counter to them with Divine Shields and Reborns. I end up beating him, which is a 4.6% chance, so we'll take it. Sure, he doesn't mind as well. He does get value out of his Avenge.
Nice work.
Then here I'm presented with
Up the pressure.
a shift. I could also play mechs. I think I make a pretty big blunder here. I was tossing up. Should I sell and play the mechs here? I think because I have so much time and I don't really need to I can put a bit more thought into this kind of turn. I think taking the 3 health for that extra coin so I could go to tier 5 would have been really good. Maintain 7 minions. But I end up selling it. I end up giving myself 3 extra health by not taking the Tavern tier spell, but in hindsight, watching this, I should have kept the 7 units, get value out of that. +3/+3 shiny ring. Okay, so I finished my quest that fight perfectly, 20 out of 20, and then I get my second one.
And then I was looking at I really like Time Warped Thief, just because it's a 2020, but it also, like, I had a golden brand the previous game, so I take Chef's Choice and this, and I don't find it.
I find Rylak. There's no beast in this game, so I was thinking, can I make Rylak work? I'm pretty much leaning into this. I don't really have a solid direction yet of what I want to do. But because I have 20 gold this turn, I think I just want to level and I want to find Murlocs. I almost played it on the Rylak there. Would have been pretty funny.
Now we're in business.
Okay, so I find a Murloc in my shop. I get garbage. So my second time warp is a bit of a waste.
Is that my second or third time warp? I don't remember. But I find the triple here. And then I'm hoping I get like something that can give me a bit of direction. I instantly take Mycologist. And then I buy the 7 tier spell to start discovering tier 6s. I don't think I should sell it. I end up playing Humongous because I wanted to get the value out of the ring. But I probably should have kept it in with the Rylak to get value out of it. And then I'm burning through the cards in my hand. I probably should have taken the Atrocity, but I didn't. It's a lot easier to tell yourself what you need to do when you're not in the game. When you're in the game and you have 5 seconds left, it's obviously going to make a lot of mistakes. But I'm still very strong. I still have the shiny ring combo keeping me healthy. And now I've got a lot of gold. I finished my quest, my hand's full. I really need to find Bran, something that can give me infinite. But you can see I'm really heavily leaning to this kind of tavern tier spell build. All of this shop is pretty bad. My tavern isn't good. So I instantly take this. I learned that I don't want to waste time on my tavern, my time warped rounds. Now you could buy the Bile Splitter, but I decided not to. I want to, okay, so I found Murkai, which is perfect. I'm really trying to find Bran or Drakari here. I don't really want to spend my gold on anything else outside of rerolling.
Better hire a recruit while you can.
That spell's not good enough. I'm looking for Azurite. Same question here. There's a Baskill, but I don't want to spend the gold on it. I need to find Bran. So there we go. I finally find Bran. Now I'm kind of hoping I can find a spell that I can get value this round out of it. I was thinking, should I take the armor? I agreed. I don't. I find a Murloc, which is good. I really need to find Bile Split is perfect. Atrocity is probably the best thing there.
I didn't like that one either. Here's a gold for the trouble.
And then here, I think I felt pressured. I need to get value out of my... I sell Rylak because it's not permanent stats, and Murkai does essentially the same thing. I'm selling a lot of the cards I don't really want to sell. I think I make a pretty big blunder here. I think I should sell my Elemental or my Humongous, and I should just keep the Bile Splitter in my hands and play double Mycologist. And then here, I need to be playing my Bananas. I don't know why I don't play my Bananas. I think I realized here, like, oh god, I've misplayed. I need to be playing Bananas before I play this, especially my ring. And then I'm kind of hoping that it casts on my Murlocs, but it doesn't. It casts on the shop. This guy, funnily enough, is trying to play the same build as me. It looks like his Taventir's spells are quite big, but he can't find Mycologist because, I mean, I found like 3 so far this game. I think even if he found Mycologist, I think he needs to verse a Ghost in order to catch up to the rest of the lobby. Here's similar thing. I'm just looking for Azurite or a good Taventir spell. I decide to take the money because I had enough health, which I'm not that opposed to in hindsight. Time management. I definitely don't think I should be selling Mycologist. I think I need to be getting rid of my Elemental. I think having 2 Mycologists is actually not bad. I sell Humongous as well. Now, the issue with this is now if I find Azurite, I burnt both of my Mycologists. You could argue that maybe I just have to freeze it. But I really need to find Azurite, Drakari, something that can kind of start end of turning. I don't have to worry about my board anymore. I was thinking, should I play Murkai on the strike roll? Because I've got Brandon, but I decided not to. Don't think I should buy that. Don't think I should buy that. Thank God.
Go ahead and hire one of
I
these
don't want to.
recruits.
At this point, I'm really just looking for Jakari. Jakari or something. Or maybe Baskill. I think at this spot, I was actually thinking I could just start buffing Baskill. And then I have Bran. I'll eventually find the Bile Splitters back. Okay, so I get the more Tarantir spells here. It's Divine Shielded unit. Time management is not bad. I've learned that Bran currently is probably by far the best 5 cost. Murlocs all work with it. Buffing Tarantir spells comes with that 3 cost Murloc. Jakari just doesn't give you the ability to have enough gold to keep looking for your units, while Bran is so versatile. He'll work with so many comps. I was under the impression end of turn boards was just the best, but looks like this guy is trying to lean into a scam board now that he has like a big elemental. Looks like he's a little confused as well what he's trying to do. But like I said, I think everyone's thinking about these scam units later on. So I have 18 gold. This could be a big round for me. I find another mycologist. Oh god, I remember this. So I get a bunch of opportunities to find Azurite here. I don't find it. I should probably keep the mycologist, like I said before, and sell one of my divine shields. And then I get this weird bug where it doesn't give me a full shop. It like Bran makes it only show 1. Don't know if it's clearly a bug. So I don't find Azurite this turn. I'm trying to find ways to get money. I get 2 rings.
I didn't like that one either. Here's a gold for the
I'm just praying I can find Azurite power here. Okay. Well, that's a great shop. So I find a Bran pair, and then I finally find the Azurite. So now I don't really care about mycologists. I don't care about the other little Murloc I have. I'm pretty much set. Like, okay, I'm just going to find scam units.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
I could buy the Baskill. I think, in fact, okay, well, by not buying the Baskill, I was able to roll to find other units I wanted, which is like Bile Splitter or Discover Murlocs, but I find Golden Bran here. And then I play double Bran because I'm going to triple it, keeps its stats. But at this turn, I don't really need to do much. I could probably get top 2 with this board in itself. But if I want to win, I need to start banking scam units. So I get the Golden Bran.
Nice workout.
I said may as well have a shot. I find it with my tier 2 Tavern Spear spell. I find another Murkai, so I've got double Azurite proccing with triple Bran. If I find Jakari, I'll definitely take it. But I'm more interested in getting value out of this Bran so I can start banking a bunch of scam units. I remember here I was like, does making a new hero power make me lose the 5 gold? I don't think it should. It'd feel weird to see that 18 drop down to a 13. But here I find a Bile Splitter. I've got plenty of money that I can afford to start rolling and looking for things. I need to find ways to make money though. There we go. Buff my spells. Mycologist. And then I actually really like Bubble Gunner with this build. Particularly with Golden Bram, because this thing gets like Divine Shield, Poison. It's actually a perfect unit. So now I finally sell my Divine Shield. I could buy the other Bubble Gunner. I decide not to because I am still thinking about Jakari and Baskill. I take the 6 rerolls, which is for sure the correct play. Get more money.
Go big or go home, I always say.
The light has left.
I didn't like that one either. Here's a gold.
Running out of time. Here, I think I definitely should play the Bubble Gunner, and then the Murloc that gives keywords buffs. And I think I really need to start selling my Divine Shielded units. It's probably fine what I did here, but I end up proccing my Bubble Gunner with my Murkai on accident, but it does give it Stealth and Reborn, which... Stealth not so much. Stealth's not bad, but... all of a sudden, this card is now actually an endgame card. But Bran is so broken at the moment. He works with so many boards, and just having so much gold gives you so many options in the late game.
You're good at this.
I don't want Leroy. I want to spend my gold looking for these Murlocs. I need another Bile Splitter. I need Baskill Golden.
Go big or go home, I always say.
Even Atrocity. I play Bubble Gunner hoping I get it. I don't get anything good on it. But even Atrocity with Reborn is a good option. I have so much money. 90 seconds left. I really like that Murloc. The ends of turn gets a keyword. Like, but the issue with it is I need Jakari. I need it to get... Essentially, I need it to do what Bubble Gun is doing.
That's quite the army.
There we go.
Friend.
So now I really need to find... Golden Baskill. I don't get good procs on that guy. 2 rings is decent. Bubble Gunner. I don't take Bubble Gunner. Definitely should have taken Bubble Gunner. I get the Golden Baskill. And then I don't take Mycologist here. I end up realizing that look how much stats this thing gives from the Seafood Stew. I get like 100 each proc. Like it grows like 300 stats and because it has every keyword. Atrocity is exactly what I was talking about. If I can find Reborn for it. I end up just selling it. I should probably be getting rid. I got money, just play all my spells. I make a pretty big blunder here, which you can probably tell, is my Baskill, which spawns 2 Murlocs, is going to die first, and I don't have the board space.
You got this. You're way ahead.
So this guy was obviously trying to play the same build as me, but he didn't have Golden Brand. He also didn't find Azurite Power to buff the rest of his board. So my units are all just big. And they're going to have Reborn and Poison soon. So down to ETC and me. And then I think I remember at this point that ETC was the elemental guy who was trying to play Murlocs. So I knew eventually, okay, so I finally sell my Divided Shield Elemental, which in hindsight I don't know if that was correct, because it did have Reborn on it, didn't it? I think I was so tunneled on finding Jakari, wasn't I? I think maybe the Elemental, just because it has Reborn, has a lot of value with it. But the issue with this board is right here. I don't actually want a golden, this unit. I wanted to spawn 2 of them. I wanted to spawn 2 cheat units, which is what it's doing. The better idea is, like, if I could golden this and then have another 2 in my hand, that's obviously ideal worlds, but I'm not going to greed. I'm just going to keep the 2 in my hand and spawn those. And then I was realizing, I think I was learning because I haven't been in this position before, but I don't even know what else I can hold in my hands. I think this was just my board. I'm pretty sure this was it. I could play Leroy. I decided to play Jakari just so I can buff my entire board a bit more. But I was definitely a bit overwhelmed with what am I actually looking for at this point. And in hindsight, I think I should have kept the Elemental. Oh, I mean, the Elemental's good because it has 2 attacks and Reborns. So if he's playing Scam, you can at least trade with them. It can take those hits and still be a body on the board. I make the same mistake here. Baskill is only going to spawn 1 of them. I also get a really unlucky hit. %70 chance to win this. I felt in this moment, if I'm just not stupid and I play my Baskill in the right spot, I'll be completely fine. As well as Jakari is not going to have much value for me here. I need to get rid of Jakari, and I just need to play this Leroy. So at this point, I would say just buff your board as much as you can. I think ideal world is you find a golden bile splitter and you have another 2 in your hands, but obviously that requires a bit of faith that you're going to keep finding them, which I don't think I need to. I also think finding more of these bubble gunners is actually a really good idea because all they need is Divine Shield, Reborn, and Poison. I could probably sell one of the Merc Eyes. Or even Golden it if I find it. Even though Golden doesn't even though I'm not proccing as much, it doesn't matter. Stats don't matter at this point. So I don't know what I'm looking for. I think I'm looking for like Leroy or something. Like 2 Leroys. Or Divine Shield for some reason. But there's no Naga. Like, I'm kind of just learning throughout this game what I'm actually looking for. So I put Leroy first, hoping Leroy procs first, hoping he dies. I mean, the Leroy just gains like how much stats without Jakari. So unfortunately, his thing doesn't have poison. That's what happens when you don't have Jakari. And I'm going to spawn 2 bile splitters here. And all my minions are big, and I've got cheat in my hands. This is definitely the correct way I should be playing these end games with Murlocs. So this game felt really good, because it was my first in a while, and it gave me a bit of momentum to keep going.